Welcome to the 100 Master Coaches series featuring master coaches from around the world. Let's journey together on this 100 Master Coaches series with your host, Coach Mel, MCC. Pedja Jovanovic is an entrepreneur, international trainer and high-performance coach. Through his coaching work and skills development programs focused on communication, sales and leadership development, he supports individuals, teams, and companies to grow, deliver value, and make a difference for people and society. Now on to the show.
Hello, and welcome to the 100 Master Coaches series. This is Coach Mal, and today on the show I have Pedja Jovanovic from Serbia. Wow, give him a big hand. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mel. Thank you for the invitation, and I'm really pleased to be with you in this show.
It's just so magnificent, right? We get a chance to be in different parts of the world and doing such work, an opportunity to serve our clients, don't you think?
Absolutely. Coaching is an amazing profession, and not just profession. And especially like this thing that you are doing, like bringing people that are already on a master level, and then including them in sharing what they do, what is their path. I really think it is really valuable for all our colleagues who are on this path, and also for our clients.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. So we're just going to jump right in and ask you about your coaching journey. How did it all begin for you?
Yeah, for me, I was for many years in business, like most of us, and my background is sales, business to business sales.
Yeah.
And like people were talking about these trainings, and of course I liked it a lot. I jumped into training sales teams, and then it was this thing about coaching, like what coaching, what it is, and I was just doing all these courses that were available. Sometimes it was just a form of therapy that had a different name. And like it started in 2006 or 7, and now here it is, like almost 13
years ago. Wow. Well done. And before that, you were in sales, as you were saying, so you're always passionate, right? I read on your profile that you call yourself an entrepreneur, right? And that you're passionate about business. Tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I like both things, creating results and also transforming yourself, transforming individuals, teams, and the organization. So, when I was moving from the business, I really wanted to start to work more with people. But then when I got involved in it, then naturally I went back to the business. So today it's we have both things. I mean, me personally, like running my own company and working with my own team and supporting other companies and things. So somehow, like it goes together: business, teams, individuals.
That's so amazing. And the people listening in will also be wondering, especially those who are maybe a little struggling with running a business, right? Because running a business and being great in coaching on the other side are, in a sense, two different skill sets, right? So I kind of want to ask you, how did you balance that off? Were you better in business already, and then you built up your skill sets of coaching? How did that happen?
So it went like simultaneously. Like started with building a little bit of my business, and then exploring coaching. Then moved a little bit further in coaching. Then again, a business grew a little bit. So doing several things at the same time. And as I I open a question: is this something that I would like to keep, like working in business and own business at the same time? And I simply like it, so I will keep these things together. I don't recommend if somebody would ask me. Pick one is maybe a better strategy, but I like both.
So I kind of hear that both are your focuses, right? Because some people just want to just focus on coaching, right? But as you started, right, 13 years ago, 14 years ago, the environment was obviously a little different from what it is today, right? There are more coaches out here today and people kind of know what coaching is. But how did it start in the first early years for you?
Well, you're absolutely right. When I started, I even didn't know what it is. You know, I just heard about it, and it was like, okay, let's see what it is, and let's experience. I mean, and I joined a program that was called like emotional coaching, and the program was designed in a way that you come for a session, and there is a couple of sessions, and you resolve emotional response towards past or future events. And what happened for me was that I started to apply it immediately, and there was a client coming, a lady coming for a session, and then we worked a couple of sessions. She removed this blockage that she had. She was happy, and a couple of weeks later, she came again. So like, what's now? And she said, look, I have another issue. And then we again did a couple of sessions. She removed that issue, and then a couple of weeks later, she came again. And for me, it was like, what now? And she said, look, these two things that we did, it was so amazing. Can we find another problem?
So funny.
And, you know, like I was like what should I do now? Like, should I help her to find a problem? Is this what coach should do? And then, you know, like at that time I didn't know what I was inexperienced. So like I was trained that client is always right, you know, like, so I was, you know, helping my clients to resolve this thing, and then later, like I realized that there are some other ways how to deal with such things.
So it started with you helping all these wonderful clients through their challenges, through that, and kind of build that over time. Or what else did you do to kind of strengthen that business continuity of yours?
These first experiences were really like more in domain of therapy than in domain of coaching. But then later, when I realized what is ICF and that there are some kind of standards and competencies, and that there is a journey, I started to develop my coaching skills in the direction of ICF MCC. But you know, like at the same time, I started also to build my business. So in parallel, I was building my coaching skills and my business. So this is one of the big things that I did right. Good things that I did from the very beginning, and my recommendation to all coaches who are starting their journey. You know, as you're developing your coaching skills, start immediately to develop your business as a freelancer, entrepreneur, whatever, but it has to go in parallel.
You know, I've got to ask you, Pedja, that I've heard, you know, some coaches say, the younger ones, I don't want to go out there and promote myself. It's not my style. What do you say with that?
Well, I would always start with a question: what is your goal? And you know, pick the style based on what's your goal. I mean, you don't need to be even specific. Go wider. What's your vision? Where you would like to move from here? And then don't choose goals based on style. Choose style based on goal. And you know, I personally, I don't like sentence. It's not my style. It's quite dangerous. In a fast-changing world.
So what you're saying is, make sure you have the right intention, right goal, right outcome, and that should lead you, the right vision as well, as you say, and that would be your leading or starting point towards building it.
Absolutely. Yeah, so start with apply coaching in developing your coaching business. You know, like or developing yourself as a coach. If you start with where we would like to get, so on different levels of abstraction, then we can say, well, if this is where we would like to get through time, what is the right style? Because the styles that we have today will be obsolete tomorrow.
Yeah, true.
This is how it is. This is fast-changing world.
Wonderful, wonderful. 13 years. What would be your top 3 insights that you want to share over your years of coaching?
Well, number one is just stick to the basics. You know, like just basics, and be master in basics. That's all. You know, like what the just, you know, like 3 things: coach position and listening, and that's it. You know, be master in those 2, and you know, like all these complex, fancy things that you can add. I mean, it's secondary. So this is
nice.
This is number one. Number 2 is what I already mentioned. Mastery in coaching skills doesn't mean mastery in business development. And there are many amazing coaches that are not recognized by the market, and there is the opposite.
Yeah, it's true. Very true.
Lousy coaches that are recognized by the market, and this is the world that we live in. And the third one is don't go just for the achievements or just for transformation. Always go for both. Achievements supported by personal transformation, or personal transformation for different people supported by achievement.
Wow. Never heard that said that way. So go for both achievement and transformation.
Yeah.
Nice. And start with the basic, right? Master that. Very nice. There is this brave question I often ask on our interview. What do you think was your bravest thing that you have done as a coach?
Interesting question. So I will just share like one how to say particular event. That you know, like you just do it. You just follow your unconscious mind, and you don't think about it. But then when you look back, you see like, is this like okay? What I just did here? And you know, like it worked. So I mean, most probably it is okay. But I will share, and then we can discuss if it is okay or not. There was a client who was really strong complainer about company, about situation, about direct superior, and he was using strong words, very upset about something that was happening, and we couldn't start the session. I mean, we were just into discussing of what is the situation. And he was saying something like, look, in this company, these things are happening. This is so bad. You know, like people are not responsible, or everyone is idiot here. Like you cannot work with idiots because, you know, like they don't follow the what we agreed. And I asked him, so excuse me, if it is okay for you that I make a comment here. And he said, yes, it's okay. This is why we're here. And I said, look, we have a 30 to 45 minutes of our time together today. In these 30 to 45 minutes, you can talk about whatever you want. You can talk about your way to move out from company. You can talk about how to include other people to support you. You can even talk about how to, I don't know, support yourself, maybe to deal with the situation.
Yeah.
And you talk about other people. I wonder who is an idiot here.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
And it was like
there was like
great.
silence.
Yeah, and like now he will either kick me out or he will get into the session. And he said, "Look, you're right."
Wow, well done.
If I'm right, what are we going to do today? So that was like, when I look back, it's really not a standard thing. I mean, but you know, sometimes you just you need to be sharp as a knife and try not to cut.
Very true, very true. I call that, in my words, be challenging, right?
Yes.
Be empathetic, but yet be challenging, because that's how we get the client on his or her edge, and yeah, get somewhere with what she or he wants to do. Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah, so that was like really like you know, I don't recommend, just don't do it at home, you know, like
yes, not at home.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but it was interesting.
Wow. So good. You know, there's this question that I asked as well. It's about, if you had the option to do everything all over again, right? Start from ground zero and you coming out as a coach again, what do you think you would do differently?
Well, it's very difficult question, as you know, it's not easy to go back, but there is one thing that I recommend to all coaches who are in education and who are starting their coaching journey, just to put a target of 100 hours of 100 sessions in front of you and do it as fast as possible.
Wow.
People are usually looking forward to get certificate of any school that they attend, whatever. Like, or I mean, ACC is also connected to this 100 hours. But you know, like, even if you don't want to go for accreditation, just to put a target of 100 hours, because after this 100 hours,
wonderful,
you know, just something happens, and nobody can explain you what happens. You need to experience it. But this is what I would do differently. I would really go as fast as possible to this 100 hours.
That's so good. That's so good. It's like what we often hear, and we read in books as well. They say, you know, you want to be an expert, you know, do 10,000 hours. But this is not the 10,000 hours, but this is that 100 hours. But what you say, Pedja, is as fast as you can. I like that. I like that, because I think that's the secret, isn't it? Do it as fast as possible.
Yeah, I see an experience that many people are reading a lot. They are learning, and they're how to say, they're postponing in getting involved with their clients or team members or even friends. It doesn't matter. Just do it. Like first 100 hours, just do it, and that's then you can start counting from 100.
So good, so good. And I'm just remembering and motivating myself. That's the 100 master coaches for you. And I hope that that's just a start. Maybe that's going to continue to another 100 master coaches. I don't know.
Why not? It will be great. Yeah.
Woo. All right. The year is 2020. And what a year it has been, right? What do you see the future of coaching looking like?
Very good question. My feeling is that coaching would be one of the key complex skills that people who work with other people will need to master for two simple reasons. The world is changing very fast, external world, and we cannot keep up with that. internally. People cannot keep up their development with changes in external development. So we experience right now, I experience a progress without evolution. So there is a progress in external world, but people are
inside.
Fighting. They are not developing. So we need to support ourselves and people that we work with to really continue to grow internally.
Wow.
This is really something that is without it, there will be lots of again, it's just my perception. People will just need to step out from this fast changing world and go in nature or somewhere where the world changes, where the change is not that dynamic, or there will be lots of burnouts and lots of personal failures, not failures in business, but other types of failures. So that's my perception, that really it will be one of the key skills that team leaders, everyone who works with groups of people. This is one thing, and the second thing is that again, young generations are just developing their knowledge much faster, and they are very knowledgeable, but there should be someone who can support them to channel that knowledge into something meaningful for the organization, for themselves, for the system. And so these are two reasons why my feeling is that coaching will be really needed.
Wow, so good. I resonate with that, Pedja. What you say about that growth internally, right? It's kind of like not matching with the speed of change that is happening outside, right? And then of course that whole gap of what people are learning and what people are actually really applying in their life, and especially the younger generation. So that is that gap, and they're getting so much bombardment of information, right? It's so fast, and yet that gap of really knowing what to do, how to apply it, and what better way than is to have skill sets of coaching. You could self-coach yourself, and even better still, have a coach to work with you.
Yeah, like for the most critical things, the biggest shifts forward, I definitely recommend to work with someone.
Yeah.
Because like we all know to trick ourselves best way. So it's when we have someone who can recognize those things and supports us to really move forward, it can be really amazing.
Oh my gosh, I like that. It's so good. We're often we know what to do with ourselves, right? We pull back sometimes. Don't we do that? We're coming on to almost the end of the interview. I've got two more questions, and the question is, what is your master wisdom to these new coaches coming into our industry, even right now?
Good question. So I will go back to what I just said. Keep it simple.
Yeah.
Just keep it simple. And when you are in training, just don't read books, especially not about coaching. Just train. It's a training. It's not a learning. So you in a training, you will get the manual, you will get the description, you will get your notes. So use that notes and train. Do it. And then later, after you do 100 sessions, then continue to read. Of course, reading is very important. But if we read without having experience, it can put us in distress, as we just realize how many things are there and we don't know how to do it. But if we know to apply what we learn in our basic education, then later, everything that we read will be just integrated with what we already have in our experience. So that's what my recommendation.
Very nice. Very nice. And you know, as coaches, we ask powerful questions to allow our coachees or clients to begin to reflect on them. So I'm going to give you this opportunity to give us, the audience, your powerful question.
Well, it's maybe a little bit extreme, but I will just give you introduction to this question, and then
sure,
you can phrase a question in whatever way you want.
Okay.
I mean, there is one target, like a specific target, like this SMART: specific, measurable, achievable, yes, realistic, relevant, and timed, that yeah, all humans have.
Yeah.
And it's our death. I mean, this is what we all have. I mean, it's a very specific result that we will not miss. I mean, the time frame is a question, but it's definitely in front of us. So what I really like is this experience of looking, like looking at that as something that is just around the corner.
Wow.
So if death would be just around the corner, what is the thing that you really stand for, and that you really, one thing that was that is for you the meaning of why you're here, and then start always from that.
We have not had that question yet.
It's maybe not easy, but it is interesting if person is ready to play with such questions.
I'm reflecting even right now as you were speaking. So it's so deep. It's gone into the inner parts of me.
It's really interesting, especially like these days, as we have these changes in the world, and even you don't need to look and answer this question as a human being, but also as an entrepreneur, as a business person, because many companies are facing the death, literally.
Very true.
And this experience can be either the most terrifying experience that business leaders are facing, and then some of them are just running away from it, or can be more transformative experience. Whatever end result at the end happens, sometimes businesses will flourish, other businesses will just collapse. But it's it can help individuals, humans, managers, team leaders, business leaders to really reconnect to what is truly important, and always start from there.
So good. Definitely. It's all linked in this systems of things. This is a time where I say, Pedja, please give us an opportunity to connect with you so the audience can reach out to you, and you can give us some media handles for us to connect with you.
Yeah, so my what I really stand for is I encourage myself and people around me, my kids, my family, friends, to always dream big and act smart. So my website is dreambigactsmart.com, and you can find me on social media, on Facebook or Instagram with Dream Big Act Smart. So it's
that's beautiful.
It's simple. Yeah, so we can connect on social media.
Wow. Thank you so much. Remember to dream big and act smart, and always start doing the basics. Right? Even as a coach, as a young coach, start at the basics. This has been the 100 Master Coaches series, Coach Mal with Coach Pedja. Signing off until the next time. Take care.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye for now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You have been watching the 100 Master Coaches series with your host, Coach Mel, MCC. Brought to you by Catalyst Coach. www.catalystcoach.live. We will be right back with our next Master Coach on the 100 Master Coaches series.